Hi everyone, this is Kay, and you're on the Collective Soul Tarot channel. Welcome and thank you for joining with me today. I just love the sound of this singing bells, or just the, I don't know what you call it. It's not a singing bell, it isn't. It's a tuning cup. I don't know what it is, but I love it. That's all that matters, right? So, thank you for being here. Subscribers, brand new subscribers, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for joining with us on the channel. And welcome back subscribers and returning viewers, the viewers that have not subscribed but like to watch the videos. Thank you so much. If you consider subscribing, that will help my channel out a lot, but you know, of course it's up to you. So let's go ahead and do a general reading for the collective again. Today, let's see, we're using the tarot to clarify and the Seer Marquetti decks to start off with past, present, and future energies. I'm just wondering if you would mind commenting to let me know if you are enjoying the past, present, future aspect of using, doing the tarot reading with this and with the tarot, these particular cards, the Seer Marquetti decks. But more specifically, do you like that I use these decks for the past, present, and near future energies? If you comment and let me know, I'd sure be appreciative. Thank you so much. So Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, thank you so much for being here with me today and surrounding me and enfolding me in your beautiful angelic wings of security and guidance. Thank you. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, will you please guide and assist me today with correctly interpreting the energies in the cards and to help me see clearly. Thank you. I bet if you have children, they're really excited about this coming weekend in particular. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective today in this general read for Tuesday, December the 19th, 2023? Okay, Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, you guys, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do the past energy, Archangel Michael. Occupation. Somebody's been working in a way. That 34 number is like the Holy Spirit to me. So somebody's working in a way that will bring some kind of resolution. A resolution, something that they're looking forward to seeing happen. This is the occupation card in this deck is about the kind of work, whether it could be a hobby or actual work that you enjoy doing. It's not the type of work that's toil and labor in the deck where you have to do it out of necessity, like everybody's got to brush their teeth, that kind of thing, or make dinner every day, every night. But this is all about doing something that is going to be favorable. Let's just say favorable. It's favorable work, or it's a favorable effort for a favorable solution. Present energies is the wisdom of the birds and messengers. These are messages that come from spirit, most often referred to as ancestors that have passed over and are around us all the time. So they've been speaking to us through messages, and messages could come in any form, not just through the whisper, through our psychic abilities, our psychic avenues, like clairaudience, clairsentient. Clairaudience is hearing, internal hearing. Clairsentience is about feeling or just knowing. Clairvoyance is sight, seeing something, internally seeing something. And there's probably more. But yeah, it's more than that. It's more like there could be an actual letter that comes to you or an email. This is more formal than the other bird card, which is the bird card number 1. That's more frivolous in the sense that it comes through text messages, emails, and so forth. But this one here is more serious. more formal. But the message is going to get through to you, whether it comes through somebody else, it's a message and guidance from your ancestors. Okay, near future, we have the community. Okay, community could be your family, co-workers, your neighborhood, your extended family and or in-laws that you see they support you in some way or another. They support you, or you might be feeling like you've been supporting them. Okay, let's have a check. See, Archangel Michael and Holy Spirit, can you please clarify the past energy of occupation for us? Thank you. There. Lovers. All right, lovers is the first clarification. And then we have judication, the second one. Yeah. Well, I mean, the Lovers card in these decks, this deck here, the Kipper deck, is not about making a choice. It is actually two people in love. Well, I mean, you could look at this as saying, this is clarifying that, right? So it could be you made a decision in the past to be true to your relationship, your commitment with somebody that you're romantically involved with. Could be a long-term partnership, or now a long-term partnership, but a marriage could be. But you made the decision after some deliberation, probably maybe not much deliberation, but anyways, it was the kind of decision that you made to enter into a partner, a commitment with a lover, right? And it was the kind of thing that you would like to see. It was we all put effort into a relationship, especially a marriage, and this would be an effort. The occupation would be an effort. This could go a few different ways, but I'm not going to waste my time, your time, and my breath on trying to sort out how many different ways it could go. But it seems to me that someone was okay with, good with, putting an effort in, working at, keeping this relationship together. Look how close these guys are, right? They're really into each other. And there's the doves that mate for life. So it was about deciding that I can give you a scenario, okay, and it could be true, but it may not be, is that you had been approached by somebody, or you had another relationship with somebody else, collective, that you connected with, you really kind of connected with each other, but there's this other person that you had the opportunity to go one way or the other. I'm not saying that this is the choosing card, it's not. This one is, though. It's making a decision towards a lover, right? And it seems to me that the one that you wanted to put the effort into was the one you chose to be with, right? Obviously. So it was a decision that you had to make, and you made the decision to go with the lover that you had already. Okay, there was a lover you had already, whether you're just freshly committed, or you were married, or you had been together for a while already, and somebody else was in the mix too, like kind of a third wheel or a third party, and you had to decide whether or not this was going to be the one that you wanted to commit to, or go in opposite direction. And I think you decided that this would be the best hobby. This would be the best occupation for you, because everything just seemed to fit. Everything seemed to fit. You and your lover in the same place at the same time, wanting the same thing or similar, and it would just seem like a no-brainer, right? A no-brainer. And something that you love to do is kind of like a no-brainer. It might be challenging for you, but it's kind of like, well, yeah, I'm going to do it because I love to do it. That kind of thing. So let's go ahead, because the tarot, when we start clarifying, may tell us a slightly different story or one completely different. So let's talk about present day birds, the owls, which represent wisdom. And they're white or gray. Yeah, so it's coming from real wisdom, you know, the divine spirit. Archangel Michael, what do we have? We have news. Very good. Fast moving, fast incoming news. And a message of concern. I think I'm going to be resolute here. And, you know, I have to, with the cards, sometimes you just have to determine what your interpretation, like the card reader's interpretation is, and just go with it, because Archangel Michael, who's my guide in this, my Holy Spirit, they know what it is, how I interpret things. So they're going to go with what I would normally go with, right? So if this card's coming out, excuse me, if this card's coming out here around, you know, positive cards there, that I would say is, to me, that's a message concerning something, and it's, or involving something, or including something. Excuse me, drink. A message concerning, you know, good news, you know, message concerning wisdom, a message concerning something, but it doesn't have to be like a message of concern that you will be, see, like she's going, oh, like this, holding her chest. Oh, this is dreadful. No, it doesn't have to be that. In my card readings, it doesn't have to be that. Now, for another card reader who's going to be using these decks, they may look at it like that, and that's fine. Whatever. Who am I to say? Whatever. So, let's talk about community. I mean, this present day, you have or are receiving a message in the next, at least in the next 4 weeks, if you haven't already. And what it's about, it's hard to say. Really, it's hard to say right now, because, I mean, this is message, this is news, and this is receiving it, you know. This is a message, it's news, a letter, whatever. It's receiving some kind of message that concerns whatever. And it could be something to do with, well, it will be something to do with this, but we don't really know for certain which way we're going with this. And then this will inform this. So let's see what the community is. Form of support, right? High honor. Okay, you're thought quite highly by your community. And you stole their heart. I don't know. Thief is like someone's taking something from you, making things lighter for you. They're taking your pocket watch, right? And that's just going to make you a little bit lighter, isn't it? Because pocket watches aren't light, let's put it that way. Especially with that long chain on it. They're heavy. I bought one once for my dad, and it's a good weight. So, yeah, they're taking something from you. Something possibly you don't even need. It could be stealing time from you, you know, stealing time, taking time. It's taking time, all right? Somebody thinks highly of you, or you're thought of highly. No, that's the same thing. Yeah, or you think of someone highly. Yeah, but it's all, you know, all of this, you're trying these, you know, again, clarify the community. So The community is taking their time to see value. That's what I say. The community is taking time and seeing value in what it is that you are finding value in. They're just not on the same page with you just yet. Okay, let's start with the tarot to clarify. Let's find out really what's going on here. Occupation, Archangel Michael. We'll do all three. I promise. I promise. We'll do all three before I start interpreting. I might actually say a word or two. So please forgive me, Archangel Michael. Just a word or two, that's all. Okay, here we go. Archangel Michael, 34, occupation. We have the 10 of Wands. You know, 10 is the end. Okay, that's a couple words right there. The Wheel of Fortune. End of karma, I imagine. 3 of Cups. Had to deal with third party situation. And 7 of Swords. Okay, I'll shut up. Yes. Yeah, karma. I'm pretty sure that Wheel of Fortune speaks of karma. Karma being paid, which removes the burden of the 10 of Wands. Lovers, please. Archangel Michael. There's a third party and sneaky, deceptive, lying, cheating. 2 of Swords. Sitting on fence, not wanting to see, pushing down feelings. Well, yeah, okay, shit, that's enough. 6 of Coins, okay. 4 of Coins and the 7 of Coins. Lots of coins here. Holy moly. Look at that, the King of Coins, the Fool on the back, the High Priestess, Summer Solstice, Ace of Wands, and so forth and so on. Okay. Adjudication, please, Archangel Michael. One more. That's what I felt like. Had to be one more. Cards just have to be right, you know, because I randomly pull them. Hierophant. Knight of Cups. Following your heart. That's beautiful. Temperance. Perfecting and balancing. Getting your energy balanced. With the summer solstice on the back, which is a few weeks. With the Ace of Wands. Remember, these were on the back, remember, before. And you've seen how I shuffled? You did, didn't you? And there they are again. They wanted to come out. The only one that didn't come out really was the High Priestess, I think it was, and the King of Coins. Okay. So, yeah, what I was saying was that the Lovers situation, that you decided to, you know, this would be your best fit, your better fit, because, you know, a hobby is a good fit for somebody. A job that you like is a good fit for somebody with occupation. The one that you chose that you thought was a good fit for you turned out to be somebody who was going to be making you pause on that decision. Putting some pause, and here's the pause right here. You being thrown in the 2 of Swords, frozen with indecision. There was 6 of Cups, or Coins, I should say, which is, you know, equal give and take. There was the 4 of Coins, which is kind of like the 2 of you are together on the same page about being materially attached to the coin, possibly. And then the 7 of Coins came along because you, although you're doing okay on the same page with each other about life, the pursuit of happiness, family, you know, and retirement and money, finances, investments, and so forth and so on. It made you pause, like I said, indecisions, because you were having to you know, weigh some pros and cons at this point. Now, weighing some pros and cons. Okay, you decided to be with a particular lover back in the day, however long it was, that was a good fit for you at the time, but it's been creating a great deal of burdens for you in whatever way that looks like for you. But 10 is the end, right? This is a heavy load that you have been carrying for quite some time because of your decision to choose to marry this one or be in a relationship with this one. Excuse me. But As it turns out, over time with that heavy burden, you've been asking why, how, and when. Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening? How did this all come about? Well, you know, you had choices and you were making decisions, and perhaps you made a hasty decision to get into a relationship with somebody that you just trusted right off the bat for whatever your reasons were. And so that's how it all turned. You know, the why is there's karma for you to pay off, and that you needed to pay it off through a relationship of some sort. In this case, it would be an intimate relationship. And the how is that, you know, your spouse, and I'm saying she, I guess because I generally do say she, because I'm generally reading for masculine collective, but there's a King of Coins too that showed up, if you remember, but I'm still going to say your spouse, your partner. Let's just say your partner. Your partner gave you snippets, you know, small views, sneak peeks, that's it, a sneak peek through their behavior, how your behavior had been or is. Remember the Seven of Swords is right here. Three of Cups. Excuse me. So yeah, you had behaved in a way that was this way, pulling somebody into a third party with you and your partner, right? So you behaved that way, and perhaps your partner ended up behaving that way, and that was a great mirroring effect for you to see what's really been going on with you and the way you have been operating. And hopefully you've been taking time to figure out how, the real how, as to, like, there's the why and the how here. Why? Because you have karma because you used to be like this, or still are in the past, right? And then the how is because of sneaky behaviors and impulsivity and just trusting someone at face value, you ended up getting into a relationship with a karmic soulmate, one that has karmic work to do at the spiritual level, not at the seen level, the physical level. So whatever the karmic was going to do would remind you, mirror back to you, reflect back to you what it is that you needed to change. Now there's somebody you love right here that makes you feel peaceful and calm whenever you think about them, and that you may be talking to them within the next few weeks, because you have a great deal of passion for the idea, because it's just an idea, it's just memories you're going off of, that you feel very passionate about moving forward away from the ball and anchor over here. And I say that with respect, but if you compare it to this passion, although this may have been passionate in the beginning, you know, you would ask yourself, is it really like that anymore? And it's probably not. But you have been seeking higher knowledge in one fashion, in one manner or another. Whether it's you attend church maybe during the holidays, or maybe frequently, every Sunday you attend church. So you're going to go to your pastor, your minister, your priest, or your rabbi, or whatever religion you are. And if you don't do that to seek some kind of enlightenment, like what the heck's going on? Why is this happening now? And how come it's happening to me? And if you don't do that, you actually are just going within to your own, because everybody can pray. Everybody can pray. I mean, everybody can meditate, but most of us usually start with prayer, right? Because we know, even though we don't really see that there is a God in our life, for the most part, because at the 3D level, where we're so focused on the mind, our thoughts, our logic, our practicality, what we can get from the world that's practical, that I can use in my life, right? And of course the frivolous stuff too, which is all really nice. But that 3D focus is not so much about focusing on the higher dimensions of where and who we really are. of the fourth, fifth, sixth. The fourth is pretty much, part of the third because it's space, right? But fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and so on dimensions, there's a whole pile of other dimensions that the higher you go, the more, it just makes sense. The higher you go, the more spiritual you come, the more focused spiritually you become. The lower you go, the less spiritually focused we are. So yeah, you had been very much 3D focused here, not much heart focused, which is the fifth, sixth, and so forth dimensions. Because the heart is where the soul is. The heart is where God is, because he's unconditional love. And where do we feel love? We feel it in our heart, right? Yeah, and our soul, our spirit, our Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it, spirit guides, angels, they're all communicating to us through the brain, the heart brain, the heart mind, okay? So the idea is to become aware of that, and you become aware of that especially through hardships, because your heart starts to ache, doesn't it? With pain. It's a heartache, right? Heartbreak, heartache. Because your heart starts to ache, and you can feel it so much aching that you just feel like it's going to kill you, because it's going to burst out of your chest. You're aching. It's aching so bad, and you just don't know what to do about relieving that ache, relieving it, because what you're facing every day right now is a lot of heartbreak from the person you're with and what's going on in your relationship, your dynamics, and so forth. So we turn into pray to God, whatever we call the higher source, of the source of life. We tune into that because we want so much for that hand that's been squeezing our heart and making it very uncomfortable and painful, to just let off a little, please. Just let off a little. I'm in so much heartbreak. I need help. I need help. Please, God, please help me. I'm just so sick with heartbreak and heart sickness right now. And I don't know how to help myself. Well, sure, you can get really, really busy, get busy doing stuff with your hands and thinking, and just, busy in the 3D world, just trying to put all of that away. So you don't have to think about it. It's actually a futile effort to make. Because if you don't heal it now, what happens if you do end up leaving this one because whatever they did was that was too much. You had to leave that one behind. Obviously they don't care about you. Obviously they don't love me, the way I would expect them to, that I have given to them. So you're heartbroken, you're moving away. But if you don't deal with that baggage, those burdens, if you don't deal with them and let them go, lay your burdens down while you're leaving this person here and moving on. If you don't lay them down while you're leaving this one and moving on, you're just going to become that magnet, because we're a magnet no matter where we are, what we're doing. You're going to become a magnet. Actually, we are a magnet, but you know what I'm saying, like your magnet within you is going to attract to you a person who is going to be dealing with a whole lot of baggage themselves, whether they're actually letting it go or not. But the two of you are going to come together because you're so equally matched. Now, do you want to be matched with somebody who's got a lot of baggage? Do you really want to be with someone else who's got a lot of baggage? Didn't you find out through this relationship here with this one that you're leaving behind that they had a lot of baggage from their childhood, in particular, how they were raised, and so forth and so on, and all the other pains and the responsibilities and the failures they've had in life with work, relationships, friendships, and whatnot? Don't you feel like they have a lot of baggage? Well, you probably took on some of their baggage. Just being in love, that's what partners do for each other, right? Took on their baggage. And so now you've got not just your own baggage that you've never really looked at much because you've been preoccupied with this one over here and her baggage or his baggage. And you haven't had a chance to really sit down and think about your own baggage. And now you're taking on someone else's baggage. Oh my goodness, right? So it's a tough situation, but that's karma. That is this, until you heal the ouches from your past, whether it's when you were a teenager or whether you were a young adult or a child, whatever ouches you had from the past in your subconscious mind that have been pushed down there because you're thinking, okay, I've grown up. I don't need, childhood's gone. It's not. It's still there. It's that wounded inner child of yours. So it's in the subconscious mind, bubbling up as fears and negative beliefs, negative patterns of thoughts, and the type of attitudes and opinions that just say, yeah, nothing ever like that happens to me, or you're just negative about other people, They're such a battle axe, Every time I'm in the same room with them, I just want to, lay them out, that kind of thing. So you're thinking that your thoughts really aren't having an effect when you think like that, but, that would be wrong. That's a misunderstanding, because thoughts are energy, just like everything else in this universe is energy. So as our thoughts accumulate and become more and more of a confirmed and consolidated belief in your subconscious mind, that is what you start operating from, because that's how you think, right? That's just how you think now. Whatever's down there is like, yeah, that's all my beliefs. That's true for me. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. I don't care what anyone else believes. I believe that. Well, that becomes what you operate from. And then in time, the life is going to show you, because you're a magnet with those beliefs, it's going to show you that, give you the opportunity to either A, hold on to it and experience great challenges and pain as a result of believing in that particular thing, or B, realizing that belief is there and it's causing me a lot of great grief and pain in my life, particularly in intimate relationships. I need to pull that out. I need to let it go. I need to stop believing that. I need to start thinking, asking myself, are these beliefs that I have there that I'm becoming aware of? Because life is throwing like oranges and apples at me, or rotten ones, right? And it hurts when you get hit with one of those things. I'm not saying that from experience. I just know it would, right? If I don't start looking at those beliefs and asking, I need to start asking, is this really true? Is this really true? Love Byron Katie. I think she's a psychologist or something. But anyway, she developed a therapeutic model. And it's all about, really, all she ever says, not all, but in the beginning when she asks her client, why have you come, what is it that brings you to therapy today, right? And the person says, well, I'm just feeling like I'm depressed. I'm depressed, and they start listing, I don't eat well, I don't sleep well, I don't really want to go to work, and start listing those kinds of things. You say, well, what is it that's what have you been able to figure out what it is that makes you feel depressed? Oh, it's a whole lot of things. Well, let's start with one. Can you tell me one thing that you think that is depressing for you? And so she or he, the client says, well, I don't think my husband loves me. And so Byron Katie looks at them and says, do you think that's true? And they say, yeah, it's true. And so she says, okay, well, what evidence do you see that makes you feel like they don't love you? And well, it's because I feel terrible whenever I'm around them because they don't pay any attention to me. And she says, okay, why do you suppose they don't pay any attention to me? I don't know, maybe because they don't love me. Maybe. And she'll say, well, what is it about that there's a belief in you about that you see it's true that your husband doesn't love you, but why? How is he demonstrating that to you? Well, he's not really, other than he doesn't spend any time with me, I just don't, I feel like he doesn't want to be around me. Oh, why do you suppose that is, you know? And so forth and so on. Gets to the point where she finally gets them, well, or not, finally gets them to say, well, I don't feel worthy. I don't feel like I'm lovable. Well, is that true? Is that true? Well, I guess it is. Well, is that true? I mean, okay, let's look at this deeper. And then you go deeper and she keeps asking, well, is that true? Is that true? Is that true? Is that true about you? And it gets to the point where you have to say, no, it's not. It's just something I made up, you know, from that coping mechanism from childhood, right? The defense mechanism. It's only true for that reason. But that isn't your reality. In right now, that's not your reality. It happened back then, but it's not your reality now, and you can choose to let it go and let it heal, so that you're no longer bringing your childhood into your adulthood. Healing that wounded inner child, right? Loving them enough to say, I'm not only going to pay attention to you because I'm complaining about my husband not paying attention to me, and here I am not paying attention to me, to my wounded inner child. So I'm going to first of all, pay attention to you because you're worthy. If I'm worthy, then you're worthy. If you're worthy, I'm worthy. And second of all, I'm going to do whatever I need to do in order to heal your ouches, your wounds from our childhood. Now, I say our, but from my childhood. I am going to not only pay attention to that wounded child within me, but I am going to do whatever I can to help you, my inner child, to heal and feel loved and worthy simply by me turning my focus on you. Yep. So that was a very long-winded way of saying that the decisions you made back then was something that created a lot of burdens on you, but it was for a reason, and you've come to realize that through your going within to sort that out. You started to go and pray to God to help ask for healing, because your relationship with them was not healing. It was very lopsided. You gave, she took, or he took. You gave, he, she took, your partner. And you've come to see that there's a whole lot of something about the finances, like being attached to money, really. Being attached to money, safety and security, right? That it's became more of a marriage of convenience, particularly for her or him, either way. And then you look back in the past and you said, wow, yeah, the one I chose to be with here is, we've done well together, but it's really only, I've settled. Never mind the rest. It could be 10 of coins instead of 7 coins. If I hadn't have just settled for less than what I know I can have, that I am worthy of, right? So God became part of this because you were put in a third party, or you were put somebody in a third party back in the day and been sneaky and deceptive, but you were maybe put in a third party too with your spouse or your partner. But that's karma. That wheel is karma, because you had a lot of burdens you're carrying around with you. But there's somebody on your mind that whenever you turn to God for whatever reason, or your spirituality, it constantly reminds you of this one here. Knight of Cups. You wanna offer, ride in and offer someone love. You tell them, you make me feel good, healed, calm, peaceful. And I have this new beginning now that I'm impassioned about. A new beginning because I decided to let the courts decide for me. Yeah, but you decided for the courts to break the contract, which is that adjudication, the judge there. Okay, let's talk present day. Present day. Wisdom, messengers, Archangel Michael. We have 5 of coins. Feeling left out in the cold. Page of Wands. Brand new King of Cups person here. and Knight of Swords. Okay, I am just gonna finish off what Archangel Michael wants me to do now. Before I say anything, get the full picture, right? Isn't that always the smartest thing to do? That's why it's kind of like, don't bother interpreting just these cards here, because tarot's likely going to tell me a different story. But sometimes not, because I do really strongly feel sometimes that any message is a particular message. So we got the fast moving news coming in with the Nine of Wands, Page of Swords, that's news. Judgment, heeding the call, and then the Nine of Swords. Wow, you're feeling some kind of right now. Message of concern, Archangel Michael, please. You know this is a message concerning something, Archangel Michael. We decided that in this reading. Message concerning something. Knight of Wands. Swept off your feet. Six of Swords, better times ahead. Five of Cups. And the Sun. There's a Nine of Cups. Overindulgent. There's could be third party too. Okay. Now we're looking. Just give me a sec. Now we're looking. Five of Coins. You know, in summary, what I'm getting from this is that you're receiving news that's going to, in the end, enlighten you, make you feel happy and full of sunshine and rainbows kind of thing. But it's something to do with this here. Okay? Like I said, this one, you're feeling left out in the cold. The ancestors have been whispering in your ear or helping. Okay, just put it this way. If your hearts here, these two, are not in line with each other, they may have been one time, but one person's growing, the other one's still staying kind of to 3D. That means, because God's always listening to your heart, God is our heart after all, and God knows our heart better than us after all, right? He says, okay, you two hearts aren't jiving anymore, so, but there is somebody, they want to be with this person, they need still to learn their karma and do what they need to do. This is the King of Cups they're being with, okay? They're moving in. She's moving, she is moving towards the King of Cups, okay? She is. And you've come to learn this. This is news to you. Put you feeling out in the cold. And making you feel quite angry, actually. Quite angry. The Knight of, this would be in the reverse. You're feeling out of your depth, and that makes you quite angry. It's like your whole daily routine and what you know is your life is kind of going like this, upside down. It's turning upside down, and it's very unfamiliar to you. But the ancestors, representing God, okay, the divine, has been helping you behind the scenes to follow your heart, because like I said, God knows our heart better than we do. So things start lining up in the ethers around us, okay, in the spiritual dimensions around us, our aura. We have information in our aura, which is, like, often people call it the Akashic records, but that's that information from all our lifetimes, okay, in the Akashic record of our aura. Well, and more, and other wisdom and information and people and souls, not people but souls, soul families, right? Your ancestors have been working behind the scenes, knowing that that's what God is ordered, okay, working behind the scenes to bring people into your situation that will help you not only pay off your karma, your karmic debt, but to help release you from a contract, release you from a partnership, release you from a commitment that you wouldn't otherwise choose to do on your own. Not until you're really like, okay, the divine doesn't want you so crushed that it's going to take you a lifetime to overcome because the divine is saying right here, and you'll see it in these cards, that you have somebody who is ticking all your boxes right here. See? And they are a spiritual authority in their own right. So you know they have evolved. They make you feel calm and peaceful whenever you think about them. Okay, so there is somebody in your life that your heart is actually ticking for. God knows that. So the divine sends in these owls of wisdom, which is your ancestors bringing wisdom into the situation. Incoming news, the message that is concerning that which you are going to know now, because it's present day. You should know by now that it was because of your ways in the past, the Knight of Wands. Okay? And you just heading west into the sunshine from player day time that you connected probably with this one right here, okay? From your past. Yeah, and so you were moving ahead from being committed to two parties at the same time. This one and your lover, your committed person. And this just ended up making you feel remorseful and regretful in the end. This is the message that the ancestors are telling you, trying to bring up into your memory through this debacle over here with the betrayal. Your wife or partners with the King of Cups, and you're very angry about that. This is some news that you found out, you learned, and it is the news that came through somebody or just through your intuition while you were divinely connected, praying, maybe even meditating. But this one here, you're being revealed, that the divine is revealing to you that which is why you're feeling remorseful and regretful. You have that like a niggling itch in you that you can't quite scratch, because you know there's something that you need to come clean with, or heal, to release, that you've done in the past to someone else, and possibly that was this one. I would say it would be this one. They not only are what you see as your future moving forward because of the sun, right? Expansion and growth. That you see a life with them is fertile, with options and opportunities and all sorts of, abundance and prosperity and whatnot. But you had done something in the past that caused you to feel like you crying over spilt milk, yes, but it's been you're sad and you're lonely and you're feeling left out in the cold with the 5 of coins, okay? The incoming fast news is that there's a wounded warrior who's received information that was able to allow you to know that you've been judged karmically, right, by the divine, and due to the information that you received, okay, the information that you received, you are wounded here, but you had wounded somebody as well. Put you in a 9 of Swords, okay? This is the messages that you're receiving. This is right now, in other words, you're coming to an awareness, an enlightenment, an awareness of your part to play in why you're feeling this way and this way right now, and this way. Oh, and that way too, okay? You have a part to play in this. Your hand was in there. And the divine needs you to see that, because your heart is really screaming, like crying out for that true love, not a karmic love, but true love. And because you've just been beaten down so badly by karma, with your karmic soulmate being with them, knowing you made these choices, and you might have done it hastily, like I said, without really giving it much thought and getting to know the person well enough first before you actually commit it to them in some kind of, living together and or marriage. Okay, so community. Let's talk about the near future. What does the community have to say to us, Archangel Michael? Yeah. Okay. Autumnal equinox. Prepare for change. Timing is a few months. Okay, well that's, yeah, all right. Let's move this guy over here. Timing's a few months. Oh, the waxing moon. But you're making progress in 1 to 2 weeks. It can be confusing, can it? The waxing is the one from the new moon to the full moon phases. The waning, which is where you're learning, you know, you're being enlightened more, you're learning a lot from the full moon up to the new moon. You see that? So it goes in a circle, right? Like this. But the waxing is where you're actually making progress from what it was that you learned about your situation during the waning moon. Okay. And then we have the Lovers. Well, that's very fitting. It is. And I'm going to do like one more. 2 of Cups. Okay. And then back. Page of Coins with Strength on the back. Okay. Keep going. High honor. Making progress. What does that say? Prepare for change. Yeah, but you're making progress. The community. They're going to change their mind. The community is going to support you. That's what I get from that. As long as you sign contracts to divorce and then, marry again. Like that. They'll be behind you. High honor. Page of Cups. Yeah, you see somebody as a darling, as somebody, you see them as, you admire them. You do. You really do admire and adore them. You have an apology for them too. The 10 of Coins, that's a family legacy. You have a huge commitment that you want to offer this person, because you put the 10 of Coins behind you, which is a long-term commitment with somebody else through divorce. This is near future. Let's just say that for a second. With the Queen of Coins. Yeah. You ended the Queen of Coins. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Okay. So high honor is that they want to make you number one in their life. Number one. They want to make you number one. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Keep going. Keep going. They do. So we're talking about the Thief now. What's been taken? What have you lost? Is it time has been taken from you? Or is it time? I don't know. Let's just see. Thank goodness for tarot. 7 Cups. Okay. Many emotionally confusing times. Subconscious mind. High Priestess. You're starting to learn things. Or have been. Following your intuition. Oh, ooh, the Emperor and the 9 of Cups. Yeah, we have the 3 of Swords, but we don't need to pull that out, do we? We know your heart's broken. We know it. Okay. Yep. That's what it is. You made a choice, but in the past you made a choice between this one and that one. That's what I'm seeing here. And it comes up all the time. You made a choice between this one and that one, okay? Yeah, look how pretty she is, too. I mean, she's seriously pretty. The horse is even prettier. No, I'm just kidding. I love horses. Love horses. Show the horse's face, because I just love horses. They're so cute, aren't they? They're just the cutest little things. Okay, so we've got Lovers. So this is... It's timing. The community is going to, they're going to be in the near future supporting you. Okay? You will gain the support of your family if you're, needing to leave the area or whatever. They're supporting you, or just leave the marriage. They're supporting you. They're behind you emotionally and maybe in other ways supporting you too. So that's going to allow you to make the progress you want to do, to go back to the one you chose against way back then, but you're now deciding, you're choosing for them. You want to reunite. You want to be in union with this lover who's always been in your heart, a light in your heart. Okay, you have found and realized that it's this one that you truly love, not the karmic. Okay, and you want to make a proposal, like whatever kind of proposal. It could just be an offer of friendship in the beginning, but you have been seriously looking over some documents, making sure that you can tie up your loose ends in order for you to be able to make an offer, a fresh start, a clean slate with this one that you truly love right here. The Thief card, no, let's not talk about the Thief card yet. Okay. We're talking about the High Honor card. Because like your people, they think of you quite highly. They really do. I mean, they love you. They respect you. They have a great deal of, they put you on a pedestal in some way, maybe because you support them too. Whether that's just emotional support or physical support, where, they need to be taken here, there, and everywhere else, that you join with them in many different events and stuff like that. You're all go to church together, whatever it is. Also financially, you might be supporting them financially. That happens a lot, particularly if it's parents. You're supporting your parents. But but this High Honor had like it kind of has a time limit to it. I don't know, but the time has been taken from you. Something has been taken from you, and this High Honor is going to give it back to you. Okay, you didn't know if it was going to be possible for you to go forward towards, to move from this one here, in other words, towards the one that you do want to give a long-term commitment to. Okay, so let's just go with that. High Honor. You think of someone quite highly, okay? And you want your family to as well. You do. And they might be saying, yeah, well, bring him by. Let's have a look. So you do desire to come forward with at least an apology, but you do admire this person. You have them on some sort of a pedestal too. 10 of coins, that's a commitment, long term, legacy type of 10 of coins. Remember the 7 of coins over here? This is the one that you're going to be able to do a 10 of coins with. Okay, this one right here. But you had to get rid of the old ball and chain first. You had to put an end to your past, end to your own ways, and end to your association and commitment and contract with this one over here, which is who? The Queen of Coins, which is likely in reverse. She's tending to herself. Who's selfish? Yeah, right. Greedy, possibly. But anyways, remember it was all about the coins back here. She's the Queen of Coins. Yeah. So yeah, you have to put an end to your contract with her, your way of life, because this one here doesn't operate from the 7 of Swords. She never did. And I'm assuming she never did and will not be doing that right now. Because if God knows our heart, so if God is hearing God is hearing your heart thumping for this one. She being of a higher vibe, you are now a higher vibe. God is saying, yeah, you guys are ready. You just need a little bit more tweaking here. A little bit more, because, you had to have this reminder that you maybe sometimes are more of, maybe you're more subject to wanting to deny it, when it's like going neon light in front of you. You just kind of want to just go, not look. It's like, no, I wasn't that bad, was I? Well, maybe you were. So yeah, the Queen of Coins here is the one that you had to put an end to, and you needed to rest. You needed some respite time. You did. And you do. You will. You'll need the respite time from that. From the one that you have high honor. You thought of her highly too. Let's just say that. You thought of her when she's more upright. But since, you know, she's farting around on you, she's more on upside down now. So there. Your high honor is going now. Your thoughts of that is going towards this one here. Now let's talk about the thief. Whew. And you know, you want your family to meet this one because she's like a shining diamond compared to what this one turned out to be. So the thief left you in the thief, whatever the thief is, maybe we'll find out here yet. You left in emotional confusion. You were feeling emotionally confused. It left you feeling like you lost something, right? Something was taken from you, whether that's time. I mean, it could be all those things. It could be the time that you were with this one that you feel like this one here took from you. Well, of course, you got your hand in that too, remember? That's what this middle part is all about, is you waking up to that, awakening to the realization that your hand is just as much a part of what's happened to you here as this one's, okay? Because you have to humble yourself. You have to become less prideful and ego, saying, oh no, it's not me, it was her, it's her fault, it's her fault, it's their fault, it's her fault. It's because the why and the how is all her. Yeah, this has nothing to do with me because I was this, that, and everything else. Maybe during her, but before her, maybe you weren't so much. So emotionally confused, feeling like time had been taken from you to be able to, because you chose to be with this one. We had the opportunity to be with this one, but you chose not to be. So you lost however many years with, you know, this is a karmic soulmate over here, but they have the one task, even though they're not conscious of it at all, but they have the one task where they're there to, you know, in the nicest sense, make your life miserable so that you would end up waking up and realize that your heart is very, very in so much pain. And why? It's because it's really calling out for the love of this one than the mistakes you made with choosing this one. Okay? So you have become more in tune. I mean, that's part of it, right? You actually start connecting with the divinity within you. And you're being, you know, you're just as highly intuitive as anyone else, right? And so you're able to check in with yourself and say, you know, oh, what's going on here? You know, why and how is this all happening? That's what this is all about. And you've started figuring out, especially this near future stuff. So right now you really are getting some enlightenment. Okay, you really are receiving, like, this is you. You're an earth angel, highly intuitive and definitely loving to the core, unconditional love. That is you. This is God taking your hand, his angel, saying, look, earth angel, I'll show you how to walk, and I'll show you how to be grateful for what you can enjoy. Look at the sea and the sun and just the beauty and the sounds all around you. I'll show you. If you let me, I'll show you. You won't ever have to do this again. Crying, losing sleep at night, really, really stressed, worried. So you have intuitively known that it was this that you need to rise to. This is the higher emperor. It's not just a husband. Okay. You have tapped in, tuned into your, like, Knight of Wands that's in you. Not the Knight, the King of Wands that's in you. You got the King of Wands, King of Swords, King of Hearts, and King of Pentacles within the Emperor. So all the positive, really life-affirming characteristics of all four of those kings is in you already. Plus you are spiritually, you know, completely spiritually in tune. Following your intuition and have as a result become a master manifester. You are leading by example. You are courageous and you know, in control of your emotions. You're taking charge to make sure things get done, like the King of Wands. You don't take any guff, like the King of Swords. And I mean, you say your piece, and you say it with a truthful and pure intention, truthful heart and pure intention. You're not saying anything to hurt people. You say it the way you see it, and it's your truth. And then you've got all the compassion and the emotional balance and the caring and the, you know, just the grandeur of love, of unconditional love within you as the King of Hearts. The King of Pentacles, you have mastered the 3D world, because that's where it all began for every one of us. Mastering the 3D world so that we can rise above it and say there's more to life than just what this 3D world can offer. We can have so much more too, blessings, huge divine offers of blessings, simply because we're including our heart now in our 3D world life experience. That's you. You wised up. You're leading your own empire. You're building your own empire. And there's an emotional fulfillment in the cards for you, quite literally. And who do you think that is with? Not with that one. This one here, with the God in it all, because that's an emperor again. You're not doing anything until you actually consult with your inner wisdom, God, your heart. And that's emotional fulfillment. Okay? I mean, that's a great way to end with that Nine of Cups. So that's emotional fulfillment. It's like a wish fulfillment, right? Emotion. Now we're talking emotion. In the near future, it's so much more about emotion. Because let's just put it this way, collective. You've learned about the mind, okay? You've used it quite, you know, extensively. Yes, you've used your mind quite extensively to however old you are now. You've thought about logic, you've thought about practicality, and you've thought about spontaneity. You have been using that to be able to get you what you feel that you had to do what you needed to do in order to get it. Not really considering too much that we're in a like attracts like universe of energy, which is, you know, the universe represents God, right? So whatever your magnet is resonating at is what you're going to be able to attract into your life. And if you don't like what you see right now and what you're experiencing right now, that's just a call to you, a challenge, call and a challenge to you to lighten up, to enlighten yourself. Bring your heart into this now. Don't just be so practically minded, logically, like left brain. Don't be just a doer with your right hand all the time. You know, bang, 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 building things, making things, you know, just with your hands, because you're functioning from your left brain. Become more in touch using the colossus cerebral, you know, the thing that connects your two brains. I know it, but I can't think of it, how to say it right now. Colocus, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Let's see what the angels have to say for some enlightenment and advice. Remain positive. That's always a good start. Definitely remain positive in the near future. And that's what these cards are saying. In the near future. I think there was more here too that was pretty much the same idea. Okay. Romance. Ooh, gotta love that. Emotional fulfillment with an emperor, like he's the romantic of the romancers, okay? He's got the King of Wands in him, who's like big time romance dude. Okay. Yes, that's right. That's right. What I said about this, that is right. Just confirming that. Peaceful resolution. Da 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 da. That's because you love this one and you go with this one. Yes, you're going to have a peaceful resolution. You know it already. You just have to do it. You have to get yourself straightened out here. Make sure you're on the page that says, I'm fully aware of what it is my part was that I played in all of this. And that's why and how I got to where I am now. Now the how is Then the second how now is that just the fact that you're becoming aware of that and actually admitting to it. And that's when the when is going to show up. Because as soon as you how yourself over here with the awareness, the when comes in the next step forward. Because you're ready. You're prepared. When? Yeah, it's always up to you when you're going to be ready. But the divine says, this is your blueprint. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to do in order to have that peaceful resolution with the romance. With this one that you're moving towards, because you can't help but not think, she's like, yeah. So you will. That's your when, is when you're ready to do it. You will be so much more prepared for guaranteed success. Just put it that way, right? So guys, that was a great reading, and we'll check in with you tomorrow. And of course, if you haven't listened to any of my other ones, Merry Christmas. Thank you. Bye for now.